Comfort is the enemy of growth. So, guys, today we're going to get uncomfortable. Hey, hey, welcome back to Pursuing Me with Sharita. The space where transformation is personal, healing is intentional, and becoming your best self is the mission. And of course, I'm your girl, Sharita. And today, we're diving into something that may sting just a little bit. But if you really let it land, it will change everything. Here it is. Comfort is the enemy of growth. Yeah, I know that one hits because who doesn't love comfort? We love routines. We love knowing what to expect. We love staying in the same places that feels familiar, even when those places no longer serves us. But here's the truth. Comfort might feel good in a moment, but it keeps you stuck in the same place. And growth demands that we step outside of it. We have to step outside of our comfort zones in order to grow. Let's be honest. Let me ask you something. When was the last time you felt uncomfortable on purpose? Not by accident, not because life threw a curveball, but because you intentionally put yourself in a position to grow. When? I'm going to pause just to let you reflect on that statement. When was the last time you intentionally put yourself in a position to grow? See, most of us avoid discomfort at all costs. We avoid the conversations, okay? We avoid the gym, and I'm talking about myself most of the time when I'm talking about the gym. We avoid writing a book, starting a business, walking in a room full of strangers. But why? Because it feels scary. It feels risky. It feels uncertain. But that's exactly where growth lives. Let me share this quick story with you. When I first thought about starting this podcast, I was like terrified. I thought, who's going to listen? What if my voice shakes? Which it still does. What if I say the wrong thing? Sometimes I fumble over my words. I think I did already in this episode. Honestly, I could have stayed comfortable by keeping all of these thoughts and lessons all in my journal, or either to that one friend that I talked to about almost everything. But guess what? That comfort zone would have robbed me of the opportunity to connect with you guys. Even though, this is an audio podcast, but I get so much feedback from so many different people about how what I share affects them and touch them personally. So I'm doing my job. I've done it. I would have robbed me of the growth. And it would have robbed you of a message you might have needed. As I said. So I had to get uncomfortable. I still feel like I have to continue to make myself uncomfortable. Look, I had to start. I had to hit control. I had to hit record and trust that growth would meet me on the other side of fear. And it really has. I'm still putting myself in an uncomfortable situation. Again, I fumble over words. I sometimes don't know what topic I should speak of, and things of that nature. I don't know if it may hit someone personal. Like, I don't know. So again, I'm taking charge to be in a discomfort stage right now. And if you heard my last episode about the great locking season, that's where I'm at, and I'm making myself uncomfortable. Yes, just so I can grow. Reflection for you. Now let me flip this back to you. Where are you letting comfort rob you of your growth? Is it in your job? Is it in the way you show up in your relationships? Is it in your daily routines, the habits that feel easy but don't challenge you to become better? Take a second. Really think about it, guys. Really think about it. Because identifying that one area is the first step to a complete change. Right? I'm going to use that gym analogy, where I said about the gym. Let's bring it back to something practical, right? The gym. If you lift the same 5-pound weight every day, you'll never get stronger. Right? But the moment you pick up something heavier, your muscles actually break down. And that breakdown, that's where the growth starts to happen. That's where the strength is built. Let that sink in. Yes, because if you're doing the same 20-minute walk, 30-minute walk, you're doing the same exercise, you're doing the same, again, where are you strengthening yourself? Where are you challenging yourself? You have to step out of that comfort zone. Right? Life works the same ways. Growth requires breakdowns. It requires stretching. It requires moments where you say, this doesn't feel comfortable, but it's necessary. As I said with the podcast right now, if I did not put myself in an uncomfortable space, you would not be hearing me at this very moment. So think about it. Right? So here's my challenge to you this week. I want you to write down one area where you've been too comfortable. And then commit to the one uncomfortable action. It doesn't have to be a huge, anything huge. It could be something as simple as having to sit down and send emails, sign up for a class, speak up in a meeting, set the boundaries, apply for a job. Anything. It could be anything. Do some editing on projects or something that you have to do. Like myself, I have to take some time today or tomorrow and review this project that I'm teamed up with someone doing. So one uncomfortable step can shift everything, guys. Guys, I'm telling you, try it. But remember this. Your comfort zone might feel safe, but nothing grows there. Everything you've been praying for, working for, and dreaming about is waiting for you on the other side of discomfort. So get uncomfortable. Step out, stretch, and trust that the version of you've been longing to meet is waiting right on the other side of that comfort zone. So guys, before we wrap this up, I want you to grab a journal, notebook, even if you need to use your note apps on your phone, because 9 times out of 10 you're listening to this on your phone. Here are 3 prompts to sit with this week. I want you to sit with it this week, because I'm going to bring them back to you probably on social media or something. And you're going to hear it again, whether it's YouTube or one of the social media platforms. So here's one. Where in my life am I currently choosing comfort over growth? I know I have the answer for that. For me. Because I'm going to share my answers as well. Here's the second prompt that I want you to sit with this week. What is one uncomfortable action I can take this week to move closer to my goals? Ooh, like I said, I already started this great lock-in season, so those 2 answers I already have. The third prompt that I want you guys to sit with, and these things come from something that I did that I'm doing for myself. So I'm just sharing it with you guys because it's helping me make decisions that I didn't think I will be able to do. It may not feel right, but that's the purpose of getting uncomfortable. And the third prompt is, how do I usually respond when discomfort shows up? And how can I shift that response to embrace growth instead? Guys, take time to reflect, write honestly, and revisit your answer throughout the week because I want to hear your responses. Or even if it's, one-to-one, you can message me, DM, whatever, because I do want to hear some responses because I want us to get connected. I want us to get connected. So I will be, during this week, sending, we're going to revisit these prompts. I'm going to put these prompts, they're going to be in my stories or maybe on YouTube, as I said before. But guys, thank you for joining me today on Pursuing Me with Sharita. If this message hit you, if it hit home, share with someone who needs to hear it. And remember, always remember, the greatest pursuit is you. And until next time, keep pursuing. Peace. Stay blessed.